Hello. As usual, my mind is all over the place, but I'm sitting here on the I-5 broken down, nowhere to go. I thought I'd give a little time to this feature. It's got to be a feature. I mean, it is a little functional. It's playing a guessing game. You have to try and figure out what I'm guessing, okay? Remember Akinator? My kid is still playing that. The game is like, well, shit, it's probably as old as the iPhone, 2009. My buddy showed me this. It's that app where you can ask it. It's trying to guess what you're thinking. Any person, place, or thing in the universe is, right? Plural. An Akinator could somehow guess it, right? It's just absorbing all of our. We're like, oh my God, how did it know? Because one of us gave Skynet the answer. Okay, that is unfortunately like the downfall. We're just telling it everything. And it's just like your arch nemesis trying to figure out how he's going to take you down. Skynet's just listening. Oh, really? Really? Okay, that's how the economy works? That's what you care about? All right. Okay, and it's slowly infiltrating us. It knows how to get to us now. It knows all of our preferences. It knows our logins. It knows, oh boy, here we come. Anyway, very far from the point. Check this out. This is something I love about Apple. Oh, wait, I can't. That's right. You got to guess. It's, I don't know. I just got to tell you. I don't even know how I can give you clues to this. Well, you're guessing. You've been guessing right now. You know it's Apple. It's something to do with technology. All right. This is underappreciated, but I love it. I love it. It's the little things that you see, that you notice, that catch your eye. And here's one of them. Pretty, at least in my day, it was a difficult problem to solve programmatically, okay? You're writing some code and you want it to show a list, right? A list of, I don't know, files in a folder, or maybe it's you went and you made your own files that you want to read in by your program, and so it's got to go get that list of files from the disk, right? Little directory listing. Hey, what's in here? Oh, here are the files, right? My cool guy or girl files.bm, bmpe, right? We'll make up some Bang Martin Positivity Empire. Now here's the thing. I come from the Windows world back in the day, and you know what? I would even go venture to say a lot of Linux UI was like this. If you were in the UI, you know, golly, some of that was putting lipstick on a pig, right? You're just trying to get this thing to work and then share it with people. Of course, it's got to have a user interface. Otherwise, someone's got to dig through the man guy, the man pages. Oh my God. Try to man something and it's not in there, so you don't know how to use the command. Good luck. Good luck. So the UI wouldn't refresh often. It just, maybe it did. You were lucky, but oftentimes you had to code that in, right? Something would have to happen where you would go and fetch the directory. Say you added a new file, you added something in there, someone copied something in there, and you want your UI to know about it. I know there's a million ways to address this, right? You use the file system. What do we have to use? We had to use some kind of a Win32 API back in the day in Visual fucking Basic. Well, okay. So fast forward. I'm just saying, like, it is a problem to solve. Maybe you were really fucking good at it. That's what you were put on this earth to update everything all the time. So Apple's the shit. When you change something anywhere, it kind of updates it all over the place dynamically, right? Like if you're just sitting in a folder, like you're trying to find a file and you copy that file in there, it shows up there. Windows does that too. This is a bad example, really horrible example. But everything, the context menus, if there's some change, something happens, the user interface updates dynamically, like in front of your face. If a checkbox can all of a sudden be checked, boom, it's checkable because some event happened. So they just have something, they're doing something right. Let me see if I can rack my brain on some concepts here. Okay, object oriented. No, yeah, it is, but Objective C, that's what it was called, because it was objectively the ugliest C I've ever seen. Golly, I couldn't figure it out. And then you had to wire up the app, right? So not only did you have to know this code, but you had to know this in X code. You had to use that to string up the app, right? And then after about 8 long years, 10 years, they kicked it. They gave it a Swift kick in the butt. Swift comes along. And I tried to mess with it, but it looked like I was reading a novel, looked like a children's book with pictures and stuff. It's obviously in the wrong place, wrong time. But tell you what, that event-based shit is pretty cool. When you can somehow there's something in there that is in there, in where? In the operating system that knows to update, and applications are hooked into that, or Finder and all the menuing system, all that stuff knows what's up. It's pretty sweet. Giving you a lot of praise. Let me see what I'm a little frustrated by. Number one, the cost of your PCs, way too expensive. Now, number two, the MacBook Mini, no, not MacBook, Mac Mini that I bought, that I was able to upgrade the memory in. Can I ask you, why is the memory that is supposedly customer upgradable? Maybe I just read that on the internet. You probably don't let people do that. But why is it the last component? Even for your service techs, your nerd squad or genius peeps, those, why do they gotta have a mini heart attack trying to get into this thing? Okay, the reason I'm saying it's literally the last thing that you can do after taking this Mac Mini apart. They have it so complexly. I mean, it's fine once you get all of these damn screws out, and then it slides out like a badass. Oh man, I don't know how to explain it. You just got to take it apart. But the number one thing that you take off is a little wireless cable. My brother-in-law knows what the tiniest fucking coaxial connection you have seen in your life. And if you think you've seen otherwise, number one, I want to see it. Number two, you're wrong. Open up, go buy a Mac Mini. Tell me I'm not. Man, the first thing, so if you want to change his memory and you happen to be, I was very delicate with this thing. All I was doing was unplugging it, and it ripped the connector off the board. And it's what's interesting is it left my Mac in this weird state where wireless thinks it works, kind of does, Bluetooth does. Um, I'm guessing it it was like one of the correctional antenna, because it's still online and thinks it's working, but it is not. Yeah, and the bummer is, I said, well, man, this is for the studio. We need the fastest. We're talking to the Elon's Skylink up here, Skynet. We gotta have the fastest. I gotta have gigabit speeds. I'm plugging directly into this thing, right? Screw this Wi-Fi. F Wi-Fi. You're not fast enough for me. And guess what? Joke's on me because I can't airdrop. Something about Bluetooth and Wi-Fi having to work together, and there's no handoff to Ethernet. And if I may, while I have you, and I know I've got some of the coolest Apple developers hanging out, really jiving because I'm talking about the stuff they're putting time into, this UI that no one ever appreciates. How about you look at AirDrop integrate wired? It's so stupid. Wired AirDrop. Patent trademark LLCs, Bang Martin. Wired AirDrop. Look, sometimes you need to AirDrop and their wireless card is busted because they bought a Mac Mini and tried to add more memory. Huh. Shame. Where's that dude? What's his name? Someone get him on here. Get him on this pad. He needs to be on here. Let me look at Lewis. Oh, am I Lewis Grunman? This is off the top of my head. Let me look him up because this guy's been doing a lot of stuff. Actually, as a matter of fact, he's really he's the guy that needs to hear this. He with all the points that I've made, and that he would need to help propel him forward. What an idiot! This guy, he is championing the right to repair. Let's just type in Lewis right to repair. See if it comes up. This is Google here. Yeah, Louis Rossmann. He's the guy that I first heard. Of course I'm watching him, and I know why he's pissed now. After taking apart 7 MacBook Airs and a bunch of iPhones, I realize you have to be, of course you're pissed, because they moved it, right? You had all the screws memorized, and they moved it. Now another one. And guess what? You need another screwdriver. Smaller. You didn't think they made one smaller than a T5? Shit is so small, man. You can't work on this. You can't work on this stuff anymore. But this guy, he was repairing like a MacBook. Must have been a MacBook because I've never had a Mac computer before, and he every other word was just a fuck out of his mouth. Fucking piece of shit. Look at this. Can you believe they did? Holy. And yeah, so check this guy out, Louis Rossmann. Lately, he's been on YouTube talking about some stock stuff and some of the things that seem to be corrupt going on for sure. He's got a nonprofit, yeah, to campaign to fight right to repair legislation passed through direct ballot initiatives, and this would really help. It's becoming more difficult to repair devices for silly things, and off the top of my head, this leads to things like just throwing away things for no reason. This can't repair this tiny piece that I should be able to, like the battery in a device that is going to go bad, or the screen, and make it easy for a consumer to just pop this thing out. Dude, you can't tell me they can't make it that easy, or they're protecting us from ourselves, because no, that's silly. That's malarkey. Go check this dude out, Louis Rossmann. Anyway, yeah, man, Apple, you're hooking it up. One thing I ask, and then maybe I'll consider having you as a sponsor on the show on account of how much your stock is up right now. Really nice if you uh, gifted me a bunch of Apple stock. But if you're really, if you're sitting around at the lunch table and you're thinking, man, what would Johnny Ivy do? AirDrop, wired. I love you guys. We're at 14, 14, 14. Oh no, we're at 14:20. Gotta go there. Have a good day.